My name is Louis Weiss. I'm one of your theater officers this year. Tonight is our freshman showcase. So a lot of you are here to see our wonderful freshmen perform some scenes that we've been working with them on. So we're happy to welcome you, all of our parents. If this is your first time in the Cardinal Theater, we would like to extend our biggest welcome to you, our most happiest welcome. Thank you for being here. We love parental support, familial support, and of course,
financial support.
Yeah!
We are a completely self-funded theater. Your donations are very
So tonight, we have a bunch of pairings of seniors and freshmen. We're going to put on some really cool little scenes for you. Let's get started, right? Let's do it. All right. First up, we have Gavin and Sydney.
Cindy and I are doing an excerpt from 1776. We are playing multiple characters, so if you see us kind of talking back and forth, don't be alarmed. That is part of it. And audience participation always is encouraged. Okay. So if you know, you know.
With spirit! I tell you, there's a spirit out there with the people that is sadly lacking in this Congress.
Oh, yes, of course. Spirits! Why didn't I think of that? No army, no navy, no arms, no ammunition, no friends, no treasury, but bless our souls, spirits. Oh, Mr. Lee, Mr. Rodney, Colonel McKean, Dr. Franklin, why have you decided to join hands with this incendiary little man? This Boston radical, this demagogue, this madman!
Are you calling me a madman? You fribble?
Easy, John.
You and your Pennsylvania proprietors, you cool, considerate men. You keep to the rear of every issue so that if we should go under, you'll still remain afloat.
Are you calling me a coward?
Yes, coward! Pardon, John.
Madman!
Landlord!
Lawyer! Congress! The enemy is out there! No, Mr. Rodney, the enemy is here. No! Stop it, I say. The enemy is out there. England's closing in. There's no time. No. Thomas!
Susan! Dr. Hall? Colonel McKean. It's the Kensington. You should go home.
Yes. Forgive me, John. For I leave you a divided Delaware.
I'll take you home, Susan. I'll be back within the week.
All right. Hello. My name is Louis Weiss, and these are my freshmen, Lauren Curran and Jesse Fakaizen. And we will be doing a scene from the Susification of Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Jay were now happily married. They both said hooray, and then off they scurried. But not all was happy in this neighborhood, for Mercutio and Tybalt were up to no good. It just so happened that they came to a place where they stopped, and they stood nose to nose, face to face.
I am an east-going Tybalt, I say. You're blocking my path, you're right in my way.
I am Mercutio. I always go west, so you better step aside if you know best.
Didn't you hear the words from my mouth? I won't budge an inch to the north or south.
I challenge you then to a bumballoon battle.
You think you could defeat me? Ha, fiddle faddle.
You want to bumballoon, poor Romeo?
Yeah, it's no big deal. What's it to you?
Hey guys, this isn't the way. Tybalt, we're practically kin. I'll explain.
When I finish here, one more victim to go. His name starts with R and rhymes with Omeo.
Hey there, fellas. This isn't the way. This fighting is horrible. It's just as much as putting chameleons on top of plaid. No.
I've been bumballooned!
I am the victor of this lying buffoon.
Mercutio!
Romeo!
Friend, are you dying?
No, I'm feeling fine, and I'm lying.
Here, let me pull this bumballoon from your breast.
Please, I'd prefer you call it my chest.
Chest? Breast? Whatever. Yoicks, this thing won't budge.
Prepare to die, Romeo. I hold a grudge.
Ugh, sheesh, this stuff bumballoon's really a pain.
With my own bumballoon, not slaying.
What in the world? Crap, how did this happen?
You caught me off guard.
Now run, Romeo, or you're a sitting duck.
Oh, I'm fortune's fool and the plaything of luck.
Hi guys. I'm Abby, and this is my freshman, Liz Strackler. And we're doing the murder reveal from Mousetrap. Mrs. Ralston, Mrs. Ralston.
Yes, what is it? You're looking very pleased with yourself. Have you got what you wanted?
I've got exactly what I wanted.
You know who the murderer is?
Yes, I know.
Which of them?
You ought to know, Mrs. Ralston.
I?
Yes, you've been extraordinarily foolish, you know. You've run a great chance of being killed by holding out on me. And as a result, you've been in serious danger more than once.
I don't know what you mean.
Come now, Mrs. Ralston. We policemen are not as dumb as you think. All along, I've realized that you've had first-hand knowledge of the Longridge Farm affair. You knew Mrs. Boyle was the magistrate concerned. In fact, you knew all about it, so why didn't you speak up and say so?
I don't understand. I wanted to forget.
Your maiden name was Waring.
Yes.
Miss Waring. You taught in the school where those children went.
Yes.
It's true, isn't it, that Jimmy, the child who died, managed to get a letter posted to you? That letter begged for help from his kind young teacher, and you never answered that letter.
I couldn't. I never got it.
You just didn't bother.
That's not true. I was ill. I came down with pneumonia that very day. Oh, and when I had found it, he was already dead. Dead. Oh, how it's haunted me ever since. It's terrible how those monstrous things can happen.
Yes, it's monstrous.
I thought policemen didn't carry tennis rackets.
I'm not a policeman. You thought I was a policeman because I rang up from a call box and said I was speaking from police headquarters and the sergeant shot was on his way. I cut the telephone wires before I came to the front door. Do you know who I am, Mrs. Ralston? Do you? I'm Georgie! I'm Jimmy's brother, Georgie! You better not scream, Mrs. Ralston. Because if you do, I shall fire this tennis racket. I'd like to talk to you a little. I said I'd like to talk to you a little. Jimmy died. That nasty, cruel woman killed him. They put her in prison. Prison wasn't bad enough for her. I said I'd kill her one day. I did too. In the fog. It was loads of fun. I hope Jimmy knows. I'm going to kill them all. When I grow up, that's what I said to myself. Because grown-ups can do
You won't. You'll never get away safely.
Someone's hidden my skis. I can't find them, but it doesn't matter. I don't care if I get away or not. I'm tired. But it's been so much fun watching all of you pretending to be a policeman.
That tennis racket will make a lot of noise.
It will rather. Better to do it the usual way and take you by the neck.
The last little mouse in the trap.
Ben Stone, I'm with Reese Phillipson, and we are presenting Queen Lucy from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
When I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was, and I'll live in this big palace with a big front lawn and lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out in my coach, all the people...
Lucy!
All the people will wave and I will shout at them.
Lucy, I believe queen is an inherited title. Yes, I'm quite sure. A person can only become a queen by being born into a royal family of the correct lineage, so that she may assume the throne after the death of the reigning monarch. I can't think of any possible way that you could ever become a queen. I'm sorry, Lucy, but it's true.
And in the summertime, I will go to my summer palace and I will wear my crown and swimming and everything. And all the people will cheer and I will shout at them, "What do you mean I can't be queen?"
It's true.
There must be a loophole. This kind of thing always has a loophole. Nobody should be kept from being a queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic.
Good grief.
It's usually just a matter of knowing the right people. I bet a few pieces of well-placed correspondence and I get to be a queen in no time.
I think I'll watch television.
I know what I'll do. If I can't be queen, I'll be very rich. I'll work and work until I'm very rich, and then I'll buy myself a queendom.
Good grief.
Yes, I'll buy myself a queendom, and I'll kick out the old queen and take over the whole operation myself. I will be head queen. Okay, switch channels.
Are you kidding? I'm not one of your royal subjects. What makes you think you can come right in here and take over?
These 5 fingers, individually, they're nothing. But when I curl them into a single unit, they become a fighting force.
Yes, Your Majesty. Yes, Your Majesty.
This is my freshman, Presley Pingui, and we will be performing the scene where Warbucks meets Annie from Annie. This is the orphan. This is the orphan. Orphans are boys, not girls. I guess you'll have to do. So, Annie, huh? Annie what?
Sir?
What's your last name, child?
Oh, just Annie. I don't have a last name that I know of.
Just Annie.
Just Annie.
I wouldn't suppose you'd like to meet, Babe Ruth?
Oh, sure. Who's Babe Ruth?
Never mind that. I'm so glad you'll be spending the holidays with us, Annie. I'm so happy. What do? Well, Annie, how about you, take a seat and... A movie? Would you like to see a movie, Annie?
Oh, sure. I mean, I've heard a lot about them, but I've never been to one.
Never been to a movie? Well, I guess we'll have to do something about that, huh? I think with the best for Annie. How about we go to the Roxy, and then afterwards, get ice cream sodas at Rumpelmeyer's, and after that, a handsome cab ride around Central Park.
Golly.
Grace, Forget about the dictation for tonight. You'll be taking Annie to the movies.
Aw, gee.
Something the matter?
No, it's just... Aw, gee.
No, what is it about?
No, it's just that I thought you'd be taking me to the movies.
Me? No. I'll be far too busy tonight. See, I was just on a trip for 6 weeks and I just got back. I was inspecting my factories or slept with them after this damn depression. And you know, when you run a multi-billion-dollar company,
No, it's
yeah.
okay, Mr. Roebuck, I understand.
So glad I have a call to take. Hi, yes, Barney. Yes, just got an hour ago. Detroit and Chicago, Barney. No. Yes. You know, I don't like what I saw out there after this. No, when I'm not making money, nobody is making money. Your pal Roosevelt has got to do something about this. Yes, I know he's a Democrat, but he's a human too. And Barney, I'll have to call you back tomorrow. I have a date to the movies with a 10-year-old girl. 11. My mistake. She's 11.
Hello, everyone. My name is Evie. My freshman is Kennedy. And we will be playing Lock, Stock, and Little Sally from Urinetown. This here is the first setting for our show. As the sign says, it's a public amenity, meaning public toilet. These people have been waiting for hours to get in. It's the only amenity they can afford to get into.
Say, Officer Lockstock, is this where you're gonna tell the audience about the water shortage?
What's that, Little Sally?
You know, the water shortage. The hard times, the drought. A shortage so awful that private toilets became unthinkable. A premise so absurd.
Whoa there, Little Sally. Not all at once. They'll hear more about the water shortage in the next scene.
Oh, I guess you don't want to overload them with too much exposition, huh?
Everything in its time, Little Sally. You're too young to understand it now, but nothing can kill a show like too much exposition.
What about bad subject matter?
Well,
or a bad title even. That could kill a show pretty good.
Well, Little Sally, suffice it to say that in Urinetown, the musical, everybody needs to use public toilets in order to take care of their private business. That's the central conceit of the show. Later on, you'll learn that these public bathrooms are controlled by a private company. And they keep admission high generally, so if you're down on your luck, you have to come to a place like this, one of the poorest, filthiest urinals in town.
And you can't just go in the bushes either. There's laws against it.
That's right, Little Sally. Harsh laws, too. That's why Little Sally here's counting her pennies. Isn't that so, Little Sally?
I'm very close, officer. Only a few pennies away.
Aren't we all, Little Sally? Aren't we all?
537, 538. Just a few more.
Well, hello there, Little Sally. Awfully late for a little girl to be out and about, especially on a night like tonight.
Oh, hi, officer. Just collecting a few more coins before the late night rush is all. Do you have one to spare?
Sure, Little Sally. I'm in a good mood tonight.
Gee, thanks. Say, Officer Lockstock, I was thinking, we don't talk much about hydraulics, do we?
Hydraulics, Little Sally?
You know, hydraulics. Hydration, irrigation, or just plain old laundry. Seems to me with all this talk of water shortage and drought, that we might spend some time on those things too. After all, a dry spell would affect hydraulics too, you know.
Why, sure it would, Little Sally, but how shall I put this? Sometimes, in a musical, it's better to focus on one big thing rather than a lot of little things. The audience tends to be much happier that way, and it's easier to write.
One big thing, huh?
That's right, Little Sally.
Oh. Wait, then why not hydraulics?
Run along then, Little Sally. Wouldn't want you to miss last call. Miss Pennywise won't hold the gate forever, you know.
Oh, right. Well, thanks for the coin. Bye!
I'm Caitlin,
and this is my freshman Noah, and we're doing the opening scene of Mamma Mia. Sophie? Sophie!
Lisa, where have you been? I thought you'd been here hours ago.
What a journey. Guess who left her ticket on the kitchen table? Anyway, how's your mom? I bet she's going nuts over the wedding.
I've been dying for you to get here. I've got a secret. You're the only one I can tell.
Oh my god, you're pregnant.
I've invited Dad to my wedding.
Your dad? You mean you finally found him?
Not exactly. Look, I found this in Mom's desk.
Sophie, you're not supposed to go around reading your mom's diary.
But look, 1979 is the year she got pregnant with me. You know how she won't talk about my dad. She says she doesn't remember, but listen. July 17th, what a night. After the show, Sam rode me over to the little island. We danced on the beach and kissed on the beach and ... Dot, dot. That's what they did in the olden days. Sam's the one. I know he is. I've never felt like this before.
So this guy Sam is your dad?
The plot thickens. Sam told Mom he was going back home to get married.
Bastard, what a typical man.
August 4th, what a night. I was still feeling depressed about Sam, but after the show, Bill rented a motorboat and I took him over to the island. One thing led to another and ... August 15th, what a night. Harry turned up out of the blue, so I said I'd show him the island. I must need my head examined, but he was so sweet. I couldn't help it and ...
Harry!
The sperm donor has a name. Well, 3 names. Either Harry, Sam, or Bill.
And they're all arriving for the wedding.
Yes.
Sophie, do they know?
What do you write to someone like that? Hi, you might be my dad. Want to come to my wedding? No, they think Mom sent the invitations. And after what's in here, I'm not surprised I said yes.
Oh my god, Soph, are you sure about this?
Yes, I want the perfect wedding. And I want my dad to give me away.
Let's hope it's a wide aisle.
Mom can't find out. She can't know what I'm doing.
She's bound to see them sooner or later.
I don't want her friending them off before I get to meet them.
What if you don't?
Then I'll have to figure it out in 24 hours.
Hi, I'm Greta, and this is Jenny, and we'll be doing a scene from Mamma Mia. Sophie, what's going on? It's 6 in the morning. I don't know. Wait right there.
Oh, my mom?
Of course you're not all right. You're sleepwalking again.
Again? When do I ever sleepwalk?
The night you came down with the measles, the time you couldn't finish.
Mom, get up. I'm not a baby.
I know, Soph, but you're still my daughter, and I know that something's wrong. It can be stopped. It isn't too late. I can sort out these wedding shenanigans.
Shenanigan? What do you mean shenanigan?
I'm sorry, it's just a figure of speech.
No. That's what you think, isn't it? I'm stupid to get married. It's just a whim.
Well, I'm not really pretending I understand, but...
No, of course you don't. You did just why without man, didn't you? You never do that marry and baby thing. You just do the baby.
What's going on here? Why are you coming down on me?
I'm going to do this right, Mom. I love Sky and I want to be with him and I don't want my children growing up not knowing who's the father in the it's crap!
And this is my freshman Lucy Kavinsky, and we'll be doing an excerpt from You Can't Take It With You.
About a little matter of income tax. May I sit down?
No, go right ahead.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, according
madam, you reply. Oh, that's what those letters were.
Mr. Vanderhoff, according to our records, you've never paid income tax.
That's right.
Why not?
I don't believe in it.
You own property, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And you receive a yearly income from it?
That's right.
Of between $3,000 and $4,000?
About that.
And you've been receiving it for years?
I have. Since 1901, if you want the exact date.
Well, the government's only concerned about 1914 on. That's when the income tax started.
Well,
Mr. Vanderhoff, it seems that you owe the government 24 years back income tax. And you know, there's quite a penalty for not filing an income tax report.
Mr. Henderson, may I ask you something?
Well?
Suppose I pay you this money. Mind you, I don't say that I will, but for the sake of argument, what's the government going to do with it?
How do you mean?
Well, if I go into Macy's and I buy something, there it is. I can see it. What does the government give me?
Well, the government gives you everything. It protects you.
What from?
Well, invasion, foreigners coming and taking everything you've got.
Oh, they're going to do that.
If you don't pay income tax, they would. How do you think the government keeps up with the Army and Navy? All those battleships?
The last time we used battleships was in the Spanish-American War. And what did we get out of that? Cuba. And we gave that back. I wouldn't mind paying if it were something sensible.
Sensible? Well, what about the Supreme Court and Congress and the President? We're supposed to pay them, aren't we?
Not with my money, no sir.
Now wait a minute. I'm not here to argue with you. All I know is that you haven't paid income tax and you've got to pay it.
They've got to show me.
We don't have to show you. I've already told you. All those buildings down in Washington, the interstate commerce, the Constitution.
The Constitution was paid for long ago. And as for interstate commerce, what is interstate commerce anyhow?
There are 48 states, see? And without interstate commerce, nothing could go from one state to another. See?
Why not? They got fences?
No, they haven't got fences, they've got laws. My God, I've never come across anything like this before.
Well, I might pay about $75, but that's all it's worth.
No, you're going to pay every cent of it, just like everybody else. And if you don't, you're gonna go to jail. Because that's the law. And if you think you're bigger than the law, then you've got another thing coming. You're no better than anybody else. And the sooner you get that through your head, the better. You'll be hearing from the United States government. That's all I can say. Woo!
Hi, I'm Ryan. This is my freshman, Lexi. We are doing an excerpt from 1776. The chair now declares this Congress a committee of the whole for the purpose of debating Virginia's resolution on independence. Mr. Dickinson.
Well now, you've got a little lax, Mr. Adams. I confess, I'm almost relieved. This question I'm fairly itching to ask you. Why?
Why what, Mr. Dickinson?
Why independence, Mr. Adams?
For the obvious reason that our continued association with Great Britain has grown intolerable.
To whom, Mr. Adams? To you? Then I suggest you sever your ties immediately. But please be kind enough to leave the rest of us where we are. Personally, I have no problem at all being part of the greatest empire on earth, to enjoying its protection and sharing its benefits.
Benefits? What benefits? Crippling taxes, cruel repressions, abolished rights.
Is that all England means to you, sir? Is that all the affection and pride you can muster for the nation that bore you? For the noblest, most civilized nation on the face of this planet? Would you have us forsaking Hastings and Magna Carta? Strongbow and Lion-Hearted, Drake and Marlborough, Tudors, Stuarts and Plantagenets? For what, sir? Tell me for what? For you? Some men are patriots, like General Washington. Some are anarchists, like Mr. Paine. Some are even internationalists,
like Dr. Franklin. But you, sir, you are merely an agitator, disturbing the peace, creating disorder, endangering the public welfare. And for what? Your petty little personal complaints. Your taxes are too high. Well, sir, so are mine. Come, Mr. Adams, if you have grievances, and I'm sure you have, the present system must provide gentle means of redressing them, short of revolution. That is what he wants. Nothing short of it will satisfy him. Violence, rebellion, treason. Now, Mr. Adams, are these acts of Englishmen?
Not Englishmen, Mr. Dickinson. Americans.
No, sir! Englishmen!
My name is Michael McFarland, and this is my freshman, Will McClure.
My name is Sarah, and this is my freshman, Layla Bendel.
And We're doing the story of the Yara from Around the World in 8 Plays.
It's Brazil, and it's hot, and everybody sleeps all day.
In a tiny town surrounded by forests, there was a young man.
My name is Alonzo. And a young maiden.
My name is Julia.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
They fell in love right away.
Because they had to. Because this is a love story.
No, they fell in love because they were meant to. And every night Alonzo would find Julia and they would sit under the stars, which looked so large and bright that they felt as though they could almost touch them.
So, what did you do last night after you went home?
Same as always. It was too hot to sleep, so there's no use in going to bed. I went to one of those deep, dark pools by the river, and I've been going there for months, but something strange happened last night. I was taking my last plunge, and I heard a strange voice, sometimes from one side and sometimes from the other. But it was more beautiful than anything I've ever heard. And when I got out, got clothed, I looked everywhere, and nothing. Isn't that strange?
Alonzo, will you promise me something?
What is it?
Will you promise me never to go to those pools again?
But why, Queen of my soul? Nothing has hurt me there before, so why can I not go back, flower of my heart?
Well, no, but you see, something might. And that's why you need to promise me.
Why are you so afraid? You look so pale. Just tell me why you're so frightened.
Did you not hear the song?
So what?
So, after the song, her. And after that.
What?
After that, death. And that's why you need to promise me you'll never go there again. At least, not until we're married.
What difference will marriage make?
Oh, there'll be no danger then. You can go bathe as of 10 you want. Maybe it's your new home. I don't care.
Tell me, why are you so afraid?
You see, Julia knew something that Alonzo didn't.
She knew that the song that Alonzo heard was the voice of the Yara.
Julia also knew that the Yara was one of the many terrible beings that lived in the forest and hid under the banks of rivers and could only be defeated by powerful charms.
Don't cry, my angel. Please don't promise you anything. Just let me see you smile again.
Thank you for promising. But I know how strong the Yara is, so I want you to take this. Oh. So, once you hear the Yara's voice, put that to your ear, and you'll hear my song instead.
Alonzo remained determined not to go to the pool for 3 long nights, but the Yara's song continued to ring in his ears, and it grew louder with each day.
On the 4th night, the attraction of the song grew so strong that neither the thought of Julia nor the promises he made her could hold him back.
As he reached the pool deep in the forest, the moon passed from behind a cloud, and there she was, what appeared to be a beautiful, golden-haired woman.
Hello? Who is it?
The woman did not answer, but Alonzo began to feel an awful fear take possession of him.
He tried to turn away from the woman, but it was no use. Julia himself compelled him to stay.
Julia! Julia, help!
Are you sure this is a love story? Wait for it. Wait for it.
Use the shell, Alonzo. Use the shell.
With the sound of Julia's voice singing in his ear, Alonzo found the strength to escape the powerful clutches of the Yara. Oh, and they lived happily ever after.
Their wedding anniversary, the Yara would wait outside their window for the perfect time to strike. But Julia and Alonzo's love never faded, and the Yara was doomed to forever wander the riverbanks alone.
Okay, let's not get carried away.
I just thought...
I know. You're just romantic.
Hi, I'm Raylina, and this is Anaya, and we are doing a scene from 1776, John Adams, Abigail Adams.
Good God, what's happened to me? John Adams, the great John Adams. What have I come to? My law practice down the pipe. My farm, mortgaged to a hilt. At a stage in life where other men prosper, I've been reduced to living in Philadelphia. Philadelphia! Oh, Abigail, what am I to do? I need your help.
You don't usually ask my advice.
Yes, well, there doesn't appear to be anyone else right now.
Very well, John. What is it?
The entire South has walked out of this Congress. George Washington is on the verge of total annihilation. The precious cause for which I've labored these several years has come to nothing, and it seems I am obnoxious.
Nonsense, John.
I'm unwilling to face reality.
Foolishness.
That I am pig-headed.
Oh, well. There you have me, John. Saying you are pig-headed.
Has it been any kind of a life for you, Abby? God knows I haven't given you much.
I never asked for more. After all, I am Miss John Adams. That's quite a lot for one lifetime. Is it, Abby? Think of it, John, to be married to the man who is always first in line to be hanged.
Yes, the agitator. Why, Abby? You must tell me what it is. I've always been dissatisfied, I know that. But lately it seems I reek of discontentment. It fills my throat and floods my brain, and sometimes I fear there is no dream, but only the discontentment.
Oh, John, can you really know so little about yourself? And can you think so little of me that you believe I would marry the man you describe? Have you forgotten what